Hey folks, so if you just stumbled onto this video here and you haven't seen any of the other ones in this playlist, then there's actually a link down in the description of this video that will take you to any of the other videos in the 7-part playlist. And on top of that, at the beginning of the first video, I provide a little bit of background in terms of how this podcast came to be, the team at Epic Gardening, and just kind of how much of a fan I am of everything that they're doing over there with the company and the community that they're building and creating. So feel free to check that out. But other than that, let's go ahead and start diving into today's episode.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Epic Gardening Podcast. Kevin here. We are back with Jordan of Mind and Soil. They are a company that provides natural organic gardening products. One of their flagships right now, at least, is worm castings. So I would highly recommend you check them out. And Jordan, you were telling me a little bit about this fund that you've put together. It seems like every gardening company, I think this is a fantastic thing, has some kind of program to just get people in the game. And it sounds like you have one as well.
Yeah, totally. So, at the core of what lights me up so much about what we're building is helping introduce individuals to gardening so that they can feel, again, just like how calming, how restorative it is. And it's been so amazing seeing so many folks experience that. But there's also individuals that may not have the resources to be able to do so on their own. And so earlier on, I was literally buying gardening supplies for people on my personal credit card, just to be like, I believe in this so much, I want you to experience it. And what I realized as our community started to grow is that so many of these individuals, they've experienced just how kind of calming, peaceful, restorative gardening can be. And I wouldn't be surprised if they want to help bring that to other people as well. And so I decided to set up our Grow Together Fund, where individuals in our community can basically contribute towards that fund. And then we allocate and direct them towards individuals, initiatives, projects for folks that might not have the means to do so or to get into gardening on their own. And so this, this past 2021 season, in just one of the gardening Facebook groups that I'm a member of, there was a lady who is kind of the live-in resident at a woman's recovery home, and she posted that they really wanted to transform their backyard into a garden, but she had no idea what to do, where to get started, how to go about it, anything like that. And so I was able to reach out to her, kind of set up some time to chat, understand a little bit of what she was looking to accomplish. And then be like, all right, I would absolutely love to support you and all the women in here getting into gardening. And so let's turn this backyard into a sanctuary here. And so we ended up going out there, and it was a completely just barren backyard, and turned the whole thing landscape fabric down, wood chips over top of that, whole bunch of raised beds, filled them all up with vegetables. And now all of these women that are living at that point in time at the recovery home have gardening right at their fingertips, at their disposal in the backyard there. And of all times where it's needed over the course of this last year for, an individual that's recovering from addiction, where so many of the things that they might have done are not available due to different lockdowns, having that garden space at the home like that has just been so cool to see how they've started to fall in love with it and start to get harvest out of it and then cook up meals all together. And all of it being entirely paid for by individuals in our community.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, I've done similar things. I haven't really done too much publicity about it, I guess, but I've sort of privately done some things like that. I think it's something we're going to want to really scale up at Epic Gardening as well. We do have a nonprofit program for the products that we sell, and then we've got a school program as well, which is discounted products. So if anyone listening is either adjacent to or connected directly with a school or a nonprofit, you can definitely hit us up about that. And we have a little grant fund as well that we've done for the shirts that we sell, and all that proceeds goes to worthy projects as well.
Yeah, I love it. And yeah, it's one that I kind of, I'm not sure what the right approach is, right? Because not a single ounce of me is doing that for the notoriety or anything along those lines. But it's also so important to be sharing those stories. So I don't know, I go back and forth on it, and there's a lot of things that I do just kind of on my own that I don't share, and then other pieces that we do a little update around. And anytime that we do one of those updates, the community absolutely loves it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way I think about it is this. Does it help if you're putting like a business hat on? For sure, it helps the business to be publishing stuff like that. But that isn't the primary reason to do it. That's the secondary benefit that happens. And so I think people, I mean, it's really obvious to kind of see through when someone's doing something for that reason versus because it's something they wanted to do in the first place. And so to me, that's always been my philosophy. There's no problem with having a good business benefit if you're doing something good.
Totally. Yeah. I think that, like what I hear there that really resonates is like, what's the intention behind this? And if that intention is pure, then one, people will see that, they'll feel that. And two, when it's pure, they'll celebrate it as well.
Totally. So if someone wants to get involved with that Grow Together Fund, how can they do that?
Yeah, if you just head to mindandsoil.com, and then it's under the shop section there, right beside the soils, the seedling mixes is the Grow Together Fund.
Okay.
And
cool.
then with that, once an individual makes a contribution, we keep them up to date on all the different projects that we get involved with, as big or as small as they might be.
Okay, amazing. And that'll be in the podcast description, everyone. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. It'll be our last one with Jordan. Good luck in the garden and keep on growing. Kevin here. Just a friendly reminder that most everything you hear here on the Epic Gardening Podcast is accompanied by a much more in-depth article over at epicgardening.com. So you can go to www.epicgardening.com, type in the search box whatever topic you want, and almost always there's going to be something that pops up. And if there's not, we are working on it. We are putting out in-depth gardening guides every single week. So head on over there if you're more of a reader and check it out. Good luck in the garden and keep on growing.
Alrighty, folks. Well, let me know down in the comments here what you thought of that episode. And then when you're all set, you can dive into the next episode in this playlist by simply clicking on the tile right here. And that's going to take you over to episode number 7, where Kevin and I discuss how to get your garden all prepped, ready to go for the season ahead. So I'll catch you over there.